Hey YouTube, how's it going? Red Baron here, flying at you with another Elestrals video. Today I'm going to show you how to build a deck. Personally, how I build my decks usually go more on the side of competitive decks, but I will go through a five-step process that I go through when I construct my decks. First, it's going to be step one, visualization. Thinking about what type of deck you want to build. Step two, figuring out the strengths and weaknesses of your deck. Whether it be, do you need a lot of back row support to make sure your main theme sticks and you can win? Or are you playing more anti-meta lockout, where you don't really need much in terms of protection, but you need more so the cards like Sonic War and Leonite to stop your opponent from playing anything. A lot of these questions will go into what type of deck you'll want to build. Step three, you'll start by adding your removal cards. This is almost the same in most games. Removal is a lot of times important, very much so important, especially in Elestrals. Again, ignoring anti-meta decks right now because you probably won't play many back rows since you can't play runes with the anti-meta. Um, but yeah, and then you'll have step four. You'll first add your theme cards, cards that will make everything tick, cards you want to focus on, cards that'll let you win. And then step five is filling out the rest of your deck with support cards that synergize with your theme. All right, so let's get to it. I'll see you there. Okay, I'm back. So here we are on TTS, and I have a deck already in mind of what I want to build, but I have yet to make it. And honestly, it may not be super competitive, but it's something I want to build, something I want to make work. So let's get down to it. So step one is visualization. What? How does this work? It usually just begins with you just searching through the cards here, going through, looking at all the combos, looking at what cards do. This makes your opponent burn. But so when I was going the other day, I was scrolling through these, and there is one deck I always wanted to make, but never made it. Um, and that is hand destruction deck. So, boom, right there. You know you want to make a hand destruction deck. Does it have enough viable cards? We'll see. But it's definitely going to include this Typhlant. And definitely going to include some Thunder. Because if you look at other YouTubers' videos, Thunder is very heavy in terms of hand destruction. So we'll definitely go there. We'll definitely be running some apples. That's going to happen. Okay, so that's that right there. Step one. You're already half, well, a fifth of the way there. Step two is knowing the weaknesses and strengths of this deck. So this deck definitely it's not gonna be the beater deck. It's not gonna be a beater deck. It can't go over. Um, it's not gonna like go toe to toe with a Sorlet or any high costing Elestral. Um, so it needs the back row support. It's gonna need any type of field removal you can put in it. It's gonna need all the defenses. You're gonna see tsunamis. You're gonna see poison tiperas. You're gonna see shield of Achilles. That's gonna be there. It's that's the image I have for this deck. It's just protect it and make it so you can get these off over and over and over again until your opponent doesn't have a hand, and then you can go off. Now the strengths of this deck is if it goes first, you can potentially make your opponent discard three to four cards, depending on what hand you draw, and that is really good. That's what we're aiming for with this deck, is to make them make them discard as many cards as possible, so they can't play. All right, so that we've looked over the strengths, we've looked over the weaknesses. So, step three. we'll be going through here and getting out all the removal cards. We want all the removal cards we can get for this deck. So let's go. Alright, so first off, we're taking out where are the Shield of Achilles? Yes, it's a must. We're going to take out Poison Tip Arrow. Yes, it's a must. We're going to take out. We're going Thunder and Water. So water, where it's Tsunami. It's not a field removal, but we will be running it because it controls the board. And am I just not seeing it here? Tsunami. Oh, there it is. Just do that. Let's see here. What else do we need? We can think about Boom Batting. Boom Bat is a maybe. Could be, could possibly be a side deck. Think about putting in our side deck. Let's see here. Any other type of removals that we need? Let's see. Or anything else? So water, fire. Nope, that's about it for there. And then we could play Laurels. We could play Laurels. So let's put it off to the side here. Along with the Boom Bat. And those are potential field removals. So we're just gonna get all of these. We're gonna have 3 of each. Group them all together. And these are your field removals or field control methods for this deck. Alright, proceeding on to the next step. Step 4 is getting all the cards associated with I want any type of card, any card effect that makes your opponent discard a card. We're just going to add it for now. So we're going to add Golden Apple. We are going to see where are they. We're going to add all the Tri-Plants or the Typhants. Here am I selecting everything? Then because we're running the Typhants, we're more than likely going to be running. We're going to be wanting to run its 2-star equivalent, which I can't seem to find. Oh, right here, right after it. Oop. So what this does, it just gives it +2 for every Typhant in the Underworld. You can expend 1 in order to special cast a Typhant in your Underworld in attack position. So this you can special summon, not only special summon, but at the right when you special cast, right when Typhant special casted, you can make your opponent discard a card. So if you by any chance had Ivory in the graveyard, you can rise from the ashes, get it back, activate effect to get Typhant, and then make your opponent mill. 6/8, hard to get over. You can just sit back on it until your opponent can't resolve anything. Then for Thunder, so this is going to be the main. Thunder is going to be my main element in this deck. We're going to have Spark Hit. Spark Hit's going to make everything what I want. You can access up to 2 Thunder. When you do, you can look at an opponent's hand. You can look at it and discard a card. So, this is going to need 3. We're going to need 3 Typhants. We're going to want possibly 2. Oh, sorry. We're going to need 2. What? Did I not copy it? There we go. 2 Ivories. Alright. So that's what we have so far. So let's look at everything else. So we already have these 9 over here. Get these over here. We have apples. We're going to need 3 apples. Alright. So now, I have apples here. So apples is what normal people would do with apples, which you're running Thunder. You run Amp Up, you can spend 1 and just add the other 2 to your hand. But what I'm going to do, I made a video about this, about splashing cards. I'm going to be splashing Amphrix. So, Amphrix is a great splashable card. Target it with apples, and then you automatically have something in your graveyard, and then you can ditch a fire to special summon it with a water to hopefully go into Ivory. So that's what we're looking at here. Just add 3 more. So we have 3 1-drops here. 3 more 1-drops. 3 1-drops here. So what I normally do, before I go any further with this, what I normally do with my decks is I have first I usually have between 14 and 16 1-cost Elestrals. They're the most important cards that you need to be on the field. You need to have them be more than any other card in your deck. So 14 to 16 1-cost Elestrals. Next, you need around 5. I would say no more than 5 2-costs. After that, it gets clunky, and you don't want to be drawing multiple of them at one time. I would suggest about 8 to 10 removal spells. As you can see, we added about 9 field control removal spells, and then the remainder 9 to 10, make it about will be your support cards. Will be your divine runes, will be your draw spells, so on and so forth. So let's proceed. All right, so far, let's see what we have. We have, oops. We have a total of 9 1-drops so far. So we need a little bit more. So let's go digging. Look for 1-drops. That'll help us with what we want it to do. Let's see here. No, Toxian's not that great. It's not great with our deck, so we're going to avoid that. Now, Elechick is interesting. Elechick, we could definitely be running Elechics. Elechics is what we need to make a lot of this work. It's going to be used to get our Zeuses. With Zeus, we'll be able to Nexus a lot easier with Spark Hit, and then use Zeus if we need to get over obstacles by removing their by reducing their attack and defense. All right, so this is what we have currently. I didn't mention it before, but we have definitely entered step 5. We're just adding support cards to make our whole theme work better. As we go over our cards, let's run through how many 1-stars we have currently. We currently have 3, 6, 9, 12. I want a little bit more, even more 1-stars. We need to get more. So let's look, see which 1-stars can cost Elestrals could actually help us. See Thunder. We could go Jolton. Actually, Jolton, not so much. We're not going to stadiums. Ryceris isn't a bad option, seeing as the majority of our cards are going to be Thunder. We do have some water, but we're not necessarily going to be attacking. So I think Ryceris is a great idea. So that's what we're going to do. Let's add 3 Ryceris. All right, that makes 17. We have 17. Sorry, excuse me, 15. I can't do the math right now. 15 1-drops. I think that should be good for now. I want to add a little bit more. So, let's add, just for the bigger problems, let's add some boom bets. We're going to add 2 boom bets for any nasty field removals that we have. That gives us 3, 6, 7, 8 actual field removal cards. And then with the extra 3 tsunamis, I think we're in a good spot right now. So, okay, so we have all of our 1-drops. Let's get them all together. All right, 17. Let's add these 2 Typhons. All right, then let's look at potential 2-drops. We only have 2 in there. We could add a 3rd, which is not a bad idea. Because it is the whole main part of the deck, and I don't think we'll be adding any other 2-drops to this deck. So yeah, let's add 1 more. Ivory. Alright, so there we go. We have our creatures. So that means it's 20 creatures. 20 Elestrals. That means the rest of these has to be... Ooh, let's see how many we have. We have 12. So that means 8 spots for support. So, one things we need some Zeuses. Or else we're not going to be able to Nexus correctly. We need some... Do we run stadiums? Actually, no. We need before we get to stadiums, we need some draw. And some support. We need 2 drops. These will probably get changed soon. Just for reference. Just to let you all know. This card is really good. It'll probably see it nerf very shortly. Let's see here. What else do we need? We need some nectars. Why not? Let's see. That's 2, 4. So we have 4 more spots left. Let's add 2 more ambrosias. Actually, you know what? Let's do... Because we're so heavy on combo, we're going to take out 1 Nog. Put in an extra drop. And then we're going to... Let's see, what are we at so far? We're actually over. So let's see what we have. Oh, because I added 1 too many drops. Alright, so there's the shields. Apples. We're actually 1 over. So what I'm going to try to do is I'm going to take a nectar out. I'm just going to play the drops. So we got the Zeuses. We have the drops. We have the ambrosias. So far, if I were to say, look at this deck and see whether it's competitive or not, definitely not. I do not think this deck is going to be competitive at all. But this was technically my breakdown of how I would build this deck. Let's just look through it all together again. We have the Rhysteroses. They're there to stop any aggression. L-Kids will get our Zeuses out quick. We have our Phoenixes, which are mainly there for our Ivories. And they're there if we have any time to storm the field. Because you can literally summon 3 of them. If you happen to have 3 of them in your Underworld. The main things of this deck are the Typhlints and the Spark Kids. So we'll be using these drops to try to reach them as fast as possible. Zeuses, they're there for Nexusing. And if we need to, get over something. Then we have our triple apple. Which one? Yep, the triple apples. They're discard cards from your opponent's hand and send the top 2 to their deck. We have 3 Achilles and 3 poison tip arrows and 3 tsunamis, which are pretty self-explanatory. Alright, so to finish this off, we're going to go over the Spirit deck real quick. Spirit deck, it's going to be pretty simple. We have 3 Ampherixes, so we're going to run 3, just because of its effect. Because we're going to need a little extra. We're going to run 3 Papyros. And then one more glance at this, and we're going to count how many different thunders we have. We have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 5 different thunders, and we have 1, 2, only 3 waters. So we're going to obviously have more thunders than waters. Let's go back into this deck. Thunders, we're going to put it at a... We have 17 left, so let's put it at a 10-7 ratio. 10-7 ratio sounds fairly good to me. And if there's at any time it seems like you don't have enough spirits, you can always come back and fix this. Make it 9, 8, or something like that. So 10. So let's add 9. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. And still be 7. So let's add 6. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. All right, and there you go. 40 cards in our deck, 20 in our sideboard, 20 in our spirit deck. And that's going to be all for today. That's how I go through my thought processes of how I build my decks. If you have any questions or you want to talk about specific reasons why some cards are over others, please leave a comment down in the comment section. And if you enjoyed what you liked, please subscribe to my channel. I'd really appreciate it. All right, until the next video. Peace.